Based more Frazier, joined by Doug Hay.
I'm Doug Hay.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just Doug Hay.
Just Doug Hay.
Candidate for Black Mountain Township something. Town Council.
Black Mountain Town Council, and host of a live Amazon Prime Day video that's going to be happening in 55 minutes. Everybody should join if you're watching us live, noon Eastern, over on Amazon. You got to check it out. I'm going to be talking all kinds of compliment stuff. Because today's Prime Day, we should say, we're sponsored by Compliment. Compliment is our company. We're not sponsored by them. They are us. We are them. And and it's Prime Day, which means that there's up to, I think, 35% off everything Compliment over at Amazon.
Yeah, crazy deals. And it's really the most important thing there is on Amazon today, I think. I don't know what lies you've been told about other kind of good deals over there, but Compliment's the one that you want to capitalize on.
You can get your B12, your creatine, your protein, your essential nutrients, all that for 35%. Yeah.
Literally any nutrient you could ask for is there on sale from Compliment. All right. Well, I'm on the road, so you may be able to tell that by my setup. Not my favorite camera setup, but for some reason had some problems with the other one recently. But we got a good show today. We have some fun stuff. We're going to touch on the plant-based Olympians that we wanted to get to last Thursday, but there's very little, for as much as else is going on in the world, there's not really much in the plant-based sector right now as far as news. So we got the Olympian story, which we were going to save, but now we're not. Doug, wanted to tell you, thanks to your recommendation.
All right.
We were on the way down here and had to figure out what we're going to do to eat. It's always a problem. I just did the beach trip a few weeks ago, so we were kind of sick of the standard, Taco Bell, Chipotle, Subway options. And I remembered that the new Panda Express Beyond Orange Chicken is back. So I went on the website, had to search to find one that has it, but Orlando has plenty of them. So I got that for dinner after we pulled in here on Thursday night.
And how was it? What's your take?
It was pretty good. I think it wasn't as spicy as it was before.
Interesting.
Somehow it wasn't quite as good to me. Like I remember it was just mind-blowingly good when we had it before. I think maybe it's just that was probably 2 years ago now, right?
Yeah.
That was when we started the show. I think the amount of plant-based meats that I've eaten has just kind of worn on me since then. It's not that I go crazy with them. It's just 2 more years of them trying the new ones. Like it's just not as such a novelty as it was even 2 years ago, when I thought we were already sort of at a stage of maturity with our plant-based meat consumption. So it was fine. I liked it. I'm not complaining about it. But, they're fried. It's not like it's a healthy option.
Yeah. Do you remember? I mean, it's been a long time, but, I've heard that it's a different chicken. The same company Beyond, but like a different version of the chicken. Do you remember any difference?
No, other than that I didn't really enjoy it quite as much. So that's all I know.
Okay.
I can't really say why it was different. The other plant meat news I have is that our hotel happens to be right next to a Charlie's Steakhouse, which we've joked a good bit about the Orlando. It's only in Orlando, I think, that they've got this chunk food. I think it's called I'll look it up in a minute, but it's the $58 vegan steak.
Yeah.
And it's right there. So this is the last night of my trip. I think we're going to go to Disney Springs, so I probably won't be trying it. But
Matt, come on!
I know. I just thought about it. But that was like $60. Me and Holden, if we wanted to each get one, that's $120 for probably 2 little filet mignon sized steaks. How good is it really going to be?
It could be mind blowing, man.
I would like to have tried it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I thought about doing somehow mentally, like, if we wanted to spend $120 on the steaks, fine, we could do that. We don't eat out like that very much at all. So it'd be fine. But they have here one of those like timeshare deals. If you go listen to the pitch, you get $150 in Visa gift cards. If you just can sit there and say no to the timeshare for your trip,
or pay for your meal.
That's what I thought. I could go there and then do that.
You ever done one of those?
No, I haven't personally. My parents did them a few times when I was younger. I think it generally worked out. I don't think we ever got in any timeshares or anything. But if they're willing to pay $150 a customer, a lead, it's got to be pretty hard to say no. And I don't fully trust that I would be able to keep saying no that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. I have a friend who's done it many times. And yeah, I mean, he probably like 5 times. And every time he thinks he's going to actually pull the trigger. Like he comes out, he's like, oh man, I can't believe I got out of that one. I really thought I was going to say yes. But, you know, I mean, he's gotten a bunch of free nights and, you know, different little mini vacations and stuff out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I need to learn the mental trick. There's probably some mental tricks you can go in and say, here's the situation, or maybe objections that they just can't overcome, and you're just ready to say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you go in there unprepared, which I almost did until I Googled, like, how do you say no to timeshare pitches? And then I realized how hard it was going to be. And I was like, I just don't feel like doing that anymore.
I wonder what, like, if you go in and you just say, there's no way I'm going to buy it. I'm going to sign up for this. I'm just in it for the free gifts.
Right.
I'm absolutely no way I'm going to do it. I left all my information at the hotel.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that they're like, all right, game on, let's go. I can convince you otherwise. Or do you think that they're like, yeah, I see this enough, you know, whatever, here's the gift, move on.
You probably have to sign something that says, I'm going to be attentive for the hour presentation and I'll be here, right? You can't just be on your phone, not even listening to them for an hour. So you probably need to agree to something. But I bet if you do all that and you tell them right up front, I'm just here for the gift, I'm not buying this. I bet they have all kinds of techniques to get around that.
Yeah, I bet that people do that all the time.
What?
I bet people do that all the time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I thought about doing that. I'm sure everyone thinks about doing that exact thing. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not going to do that. Not this trip anyway. But there's some chance if somehow the Disney Springs falls through, I might get the chunk thing. Maybe we'll just split a chunk steak.
Maybe just send him off to, like, I don't know, have pizza in the hotel room, and you go have a nice little quiet dinner. Get some. You could bring your own bottle of wine. I'm sure they have a corking fee. You know, sure, and have some chunk. And chunk is kind of a bad name. Like, I don't really want to order chunks. You know,
yeah, you're right. I'm trying to find the name of this meal. It had one of these names that didn't really. I wasn't that excited about the name of this product. It was kind of like the Slutty Vegan idea, like with whatever it was called. So I'm having so much trouble finding it right now. The menu. I got the wrong Charlie's. But anyway, yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't. It's like they branded it for a crowd that is not me, and honestly, I don't know who. But anyway, I'm still looking at this thing really quick. Okay, I got it in front of me. Sorry for the delay. Not the best content, I know, when we're this slow. It's called the FU Filet Mignon. And the FU stands for freaking unbelievable. Plant-based by Chunk. But there's no mention of, like, whether it's vegan or not, the whole preparation and all that, because I'm sure they put butter sometimes on the steaks. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe you don't put butter on the steaks. Anyway, enough about that. I'll let you know if I try.
Please do.
In the meantime, hello to people who are here. Britters, Dale Stevens, Anna. I don't know if do we know Anna? I don't know. Jessica Goodenough says happy Prime Day. She's given Jeff quite a bit of money already. Wow, look at that. Well, she's UK, so she had a head start.
Have you given us a little bit of money? No, I guess not.
Yeah, give us some. It's not her. It's probably Jeff who she gives it to, and then Jeff distributes it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
All the third parties and things.
He's the middleman.
Yeah. Brandon Turner, Kate, aka Rivercat, is here, and yeah, that's it. All right. Cool. Well, let's see. What else, Doug? You got any weekend stuff for us?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. Katie was out of town, so it was just dad and daughter weekend. We went to see Inside Out 2. Highly recommend. Have you seen either of those?
No, I have not. Are those the emotion ones?
Which I think are actually really good. I don't know, like, for a kid's mind to wrap around emotions and how they all intertwine together and play off of each other. I think it's pretty good. So we enjoyed that. We got the popcorn, of course, and let's see what else. Went to a blues festival. Got tater tots, of course. Didn't eat a whole lot of. I don't know. Honestly, we didn't. I feel like I just kind of made a bunch of quick pasta and stuff like that. We didn't have our typical mom's away, we're going to eat all the junk food we can weekend. Although I guess popcorn and tater tots are kind of junk food, but yeah. I mean, it was a good weekend. You know, this has been kind of cool. This summer, our garden is, you know, doing its thing. And I've always said that our kids eat more vegetables straight from the garden, like walk in and just pick something and eat it than they do anything any other time. But for our 6-year-old, something that's totally clicked this year. And she's just like, her taste buds are totally transforming, and she's making all these salads from stuff in the garden. And then at the grocery store, wanting to pick out a bunch of things like vegetables and greens and things like that she's never been at all interested in before, to add to these salads so she can make them more epic. And I don't know, it's like, it's really cool to see it. It's also kind of reassuring. I wouldn't call her a picky eater by any means, but, you know, she's a kid. She doesn't eat a lot of greens, things like that. It's almost kind of reassuring that if you just keep putting that stuff on their plate and in front of them, even if they don't eat it very much or just eat a tiny little bit of it, that something's going to click eventually and they're going to go to town. At least it has for her. One person.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good parenting tip, is just don't make the kids eat much of anything, but just make them always have to be willing to try something that is new or retry something, and, you know, a year later, a few months later. So that's good. And of course, having the garden, huge help to get kids to eat the vegetables. Because it doesn't seem very gross. Somehow when you see it growing in the dirt, it seems way less gross than when it's in a can or, you know, just prepared for you. So
yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of zucchini coming in yet?
We're not doing any zucchini this year.
No, you just figured you'd get enough donated to you?
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, because we have the farm share too, so I figure we'll get plenty of it already. But lots of cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, lots of greens. So
good. Very nice. Good. All right. Well, I guess we'll get into our weather report and then talk about Olympians in a minute. And like you said, we'll go right into Prime Day right after this. So stick around or hop over there once we're done. We'll remind you of that. By the way, before we forget, we won't have a show tomorrow. We will have a normal time show on Thursday. And then I don't know if we decided yet about Friday, if we're doing a makeup one or not, but there will not be a show tomorrow on Wednesday.
Let's leave it up to the people. If they want a Friday show, maybe we give it to them, but they have to really want it. You have to leave a comment on the actual YouTube video. Let us know.
Okay. I figured you would have some sort of summertime camping trip or blues festival or rafting sort of situation happening.
I am playing golf tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Ball golf.
Good. Nice. Hey, didn't you have a goal of me and you playing golf, or was that like a year ago?
I did, and you keep telling me, "Oh, I was in Asheville this weekend." After the fact, or on your way out of town. I'm still waiting, man. That's still the goal this summer. This before the end of the year, because I have not seen you yet this year or last year.
Yeah, and this team trip of ours keeps getting pushed off too, so that I don't know if we will. Hey, Jeff Hudnall is in Orlando, just like me. I don't know if Jeff caught the beginning of that. He says vacation has allowed him to join live. I mean, I only come to Orlando really for soccer trips. I wouldn't think of vacation here unless I was coming to Disney World, which I have done a couple times, just briefly, quick trips. But I'm curious what one does if you come here just for vacation. What's the attraction? I mean, there's plenty of attractions, but what is the main attraction?
Is Orlando in the middle of the state?
Yeah, it's right in the middle. But there's all kinds of, every hotel has water parks and pools and things. So there's plenty of water around. It's just not ocean.
How hot is it out there right now?
It's been hot, but not as bad as Charlotte. Charlotte to me is worse than this. Yeah. I don't know why. It just feels like there's more breezes and things here. Yeah. So anyway, it's good. I like it. I like the warm weather is good. I like it. All right, let's jump into the show here. I don't have any music for the weather reports when I'm traveling, but that's okay. This is, and we're not going to touch on Trump assassination attempts or anything like that. I mean, this is vegan news. That's why we're skipping very important things just to talk about this. But that's what our show is. All right, here we go. Slutty Vegan. I think we said this a long time ago. I don't think it's brand new news, but the news I think is that construction has begun because Pinky Cole, founder of Sledy Vegan, has put on Instagram that they've begun construction on this new branch of the restaurant at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Plant-based News says it's the busiest in the country with 45 million visitors per year. This will be the first time that an all-vegan restaurant has opened there. And Pinky Cole in her Instagram post said something about, there's a full bar as well. So flights will certainly be missed as a result of this restaurant. And that's probably true. I had a near miss of a flight once because of a hotel bar or an airport bar.
Really? Because you're waiting on the check or something, or because you were too busy
just there with friends and we just kind of like got carried away. I was much younger then, but just got carried away and like didn't hear our name being announced. It wasn't really an almost miss. It was like just an almost like we thought showing up 15 minutes before the flight would be fine, but they had actually boarded and everything was set by that point.
Yeah.
So that's all it was. Anyway, so yeah, did we talk about this before? I think we knew this was happening.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, and it's exciting. I think that's a good way to like get it in front of a lot of people who wouldn't see it otherwise.
Yeah, it really is a lot. Like I don't know, somehow seeing this is the first time an all vegan restaurant has opened there. I don't know if there are all vegan restaurants in any airport. I mean, maybe there are, but it just feels like, I don't know why it shouldn't. I mean, I guess I imagine that every type of person is doing some traveling, which isn't true because it would definitely skew towards higher income to pay for airplane tickets. I just, for some reason, I have trouble imagining people going to vegan restaurants at an airport. Like, many people. It seems like only the vegans would do it, I guess is what I'm thinking.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just junk food. People will see junk food, and we're vegan or not. I mean, I don't know. I could see a lot of people stopping in. It's got a name that it's that attracts that like catches your attention. And
yeah, right, it does. Well, this is most likely I would visit a Slutty Vegan if I was in that airport, which every now and then I am. Then
you're gonna pay twice as much, but
what?
You're gonna pay twice as much.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably very expensive burger and fries and slut dust, slut sauce.
Priceless. The burger, $12. Fries, $13. Slut sauce, priceless.
All right, more airplane news. Doug, you familiar with the rapper Designer with 2 I's in his name?
No, not at all.
Well, he had an incident on a plane last year that led to a public exposure arrest, or I guess it was indecent exposure. But now he on a podcast called No Jumper, I think it's a podcast. He blames his vegan diet. Then he says, "I was fully tweaked out of my mind. This was when I was vegan. I didn't have enough sugars and stuff like that." So he's not going to protein or omega-3s. He's saying sugar is what's lacking in the vegan diet that would cause you to expose yourself on a plane.
Man, that's a stretch. That is a real stretch.
I mean, okay, let's focus on the sugars part. What if you were in a bonking situation? Not the UK version of the word bonking, but the running American. You're running and you run out of sugar, and you're kind of just your brain's starting to shut off. You're getting delirious, disoriented, which has happened. It's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Does it ever like tempt you to just whip it out?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I mean, what happened? Did he just expose himself, or was he like?
I think he was pleasuring himself, is what I saw.
Oh, well then, I mean, come on, like, come on.
Maybe he needed like to calm, maybe it was anxiety, and he had to calm himself somehow.
Well, see, that's different. That's an anxiety thing, not a sugar thing.
Yeah, well, I think this, I only have this one quote. Somewhere I saw a longer quote that I think he said something about medication as well, that he was on medications then. And maybe someone was saying it was perhaps the combination of the vegan diet, the interaction between the vegan diet and the medication might have been contraindicated.
Oh my God.
Shouldn't be vegan while taking this medicine.
That's funny. That's funny.
That is funny.
I mean, I can like maybe if you're just really hungry and you take a medication that like overpowers you, right? But that's not having anything to do with your diet. That's just like maybe you didn't plan well. You spent too much time at the airport bar and didn't get the fries.
Right. You know? Yeah, that makes sense. If you didn't have enough calories in your system, to absorb the alcohol, so to speak, in this case, to help the medicine go down. Who knows? Kind of crazy. We have seen some evidence that the plant-based diet is associated with higher rates of anxiety and things. So it's possible that contributed to the anxiety, but I mean, I'm not buying this.
That's pretty funny.
All right, moving on. Good news for 5 Hour Energy fans, of which I I've never had a 5 Hour Energy, so I'm not sure how I like this idea. But they're putting 5 Hour Energy into barbecue sauce now. They worked with the National Food Lab to create a sauce with 60 milligrams of caffeine per serving. I think that's like less than half of a cup of Starbucks coffee, so it's not a whole lot in there. But I guess just a little bit maybe would be what you need to keep the party going. They did say. They said they're excited to be the first energy brand to offer hardworking barbecue aficionados what they really need, a caffeinated sauce to help stay focused and keep the party going. So I guess
I think this is
at the barbecue.
I'm firmly against this. I like combining things. I'm firmly against.
When I read this, I knew you would not like it because you did not like the alcohol in the soft serve, the Malibu Oatly partnership that we talked about on Thursday that I thought was kind of a cool idea. But again, to me, I think this is the domain of like 20 people who are underage shouldn't be drinking at all. They think it's a good idea to have alcohol in food. I know this isn't alcohol, but just add substances to food. It's a good thing. I think young people like that. So, but that's
probably the same people who are buying 5 Hour Energy, I guess.
Yeah, right. I actually wondered, does the average 5 Hour Energy consumer, maybe they would think this is a cool thing? Like add a little bit of life to the party, to the barbecue party. Just a little more caffeine, get fired up. Surely you're drinking some beers as you're doing this or whatever people would drink nowadays, hard seltzers. They think add another substance in there. Why not?
Yeah, I think this is a super bad idea. Like some kids are going to get it and you have way too much caffeine or somebody, like, I mean, I don't know. What's one serving of barbecue sauce typically? Like,
right. I don't know that.
Because
I mean, kids drink caffeine all the time. Kids drink soda all the time.
That's true. That's a good point.
So, but this, I mean, they're mentioning the caffeine here, but there's more in 5 Hour Energy than just caffeine. Right? There's all kinds of things.
Yeah,
I think. Anyway, it has a sweet and tangy peach mango flavor, so I guess it could go with certain barbecue sauces.
Yeah, but I feel like this is just a very, very bad idea.
Have you had a 5 Hour Energy before?
No, they're the like shots, right?
Yeah, they're like at the counter at 7-Eleven. You just get one.
No,
you ever use that for running purposes?
No, I've thought about it. I bought some sort of matcha thing that's like a 5 Hour from Whole Foods one time for a race and didn't use it and ended up just throwing it away. But I mean, I don't know. It's probably. I mean, I've thought about it. It's not like the worst idea for a race like that, but no.
Yeah, it's probably the same as caffeine pills, which I tried once before racing. It was really bad. It was just I just wasn't used to it, and it wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't prepared to do that. So anyway.
Do your kids drink? Do you drink like caffeinated soda much?
My kids? If they want a soda now and then, a Coke, whatever, they're allowed to get it. If it's late at night, I'll tell them get a Sprite or something instead, so there's no caffeine.
Do you notice the difference? Like,
no, I don't. And if I drink a soda ever, I don't notice any caffeine kick from it, like none.
How much caffeine is in a Coke?
I don't even know.
Interesting.
Don't know. All right. And the last bit of news here, not as fun as those, but good. In the Netherlands, the Fooditive Group, they make fermented ingredients, including a non-animal casein, and they've partnered with a U.S. dairy company called Leprino Foods to commercialize said casein. They're going to make, Leprino makes, they're the world's largest mozzarella cheese and lactose producer and a leading supplier of whey protein, micellar casein, and sweet whey. So the casein is going to be making its way into the vegan cheeses. I Googled this because I wondered, like, I don't think we saw the animal-free whey came up 3 years ago or so, and it has remained popular in certain uses. But I wondered, like, that went into ice creams and things, but I wondered why they didn't start, like, why didn't that revolutionize plant-based cheese? And I Googled, and I think whey is not actually in cheese. Casein is the primary protein in cheeses. It's also the most prevalent protein in cow's milk. And when it, ferments or cultures or whatever, that's how you get cheese. So the fact that they are now making that, and it is bioidentical to the cow-derived casein, that means that the cheese is going to be very, very close to identical. I guess the fat will still be somewhat different from what you'd find in the animal product, but I'm telling you, this is the cheese revolution that's coming. The plant-based cheese is going to be good soon, but it's going to be unhealthy, of course. It's going to be just as unhealthy as regular cheese is.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's your weather report.
I don't know. I mean, I'm excited about that stuff. I'm excited to try that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean to be able to get like mozzarella cheese on
Yeah.
pizza that actually tastes like the real thing, I think that'd be great. And again, it's not gonna be healthy. You wouldn't want to do it all the time. Uh, Definitely will blur the line more between a plant-based healthy diet and the standard American diet, because people just it's going to be studied as if it's the same thing, and that happens. But thankfully, a lot of studies do differentiate. They have this healthy plant-based diet index tool that they use now in a lot of studies to make sure they do separate that. So it's a good thing.
Man, Eliza was at a party the other day, or I took Eliza to a party the other day, and they had Little Caesars pizza. And it's just, I mean, I'm a big pizza fan. I eat a lot of pizza, make a lot of pizza, and just like looking at Little Caesars pizza and how it was browned and, just like junky, bar pizza, like it just looked so much better than anything I've had in so long.
Yeah.
And it's crazy all these years later, how much just looking at one of those pies will make me salivate when, nothing else really does that in the same way.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Exactly that feeling. You look at real pizza, you watch how the cheese stretches and just how it sits on top of the pizza. It just looks so much better than the vegan pizzas that we eat. Speaking of vegan pizzas, what the night after we got here, I was looking around to find vegan stuff. Googled, went to Happy Cow and saw there was a pizza place called Uno that had a whole vegan menu that they introduced a couple years ago. And I thought, well, that's cool. Nice little local place. Turned out it's Pizzeria Uno that we all know and love, Chicago style deep dish pizza. But they actually made a vegan section of the menu. Yeah. So Holden had a Beyond cheeseburger pizza, deep dish, little personal 7-inch pizza. But I tasted it. It tasted literally like an Impossible Whopper. I mean, it wasn't pizza. It was pizza dough, ketchup, mustard, pickles, Beyond stuff, and vegan
ketchup.
Cheese. Yeah, ketchup and mustard. Like they're just making a cheeseburger in the shape of a pizza, basically.
Okay.
So it wasn't good. I mean, it was okay. It was the same goodness as getting an Impossible Whopper is.
Yeah.
But that's, to me, is a waste of a Pizzeria Uno trip. So I got a nice thin crust with light vegan cheese on it. It was good. You knew about this? You knew about the Pizzeria Uno vegan menu?
No idea. That's cool.
Yeah, it was good to see. Because I remember a long time ago looking, and you couldn't find anything at Pizzeria Uno to eat. So I'm glad to see that.
All right, some comments that we missed here. Britters says that I haven't had a 5-hour energy since I worked at Apple years ago and had to stay awake during dumb product launches. That's funny.
Wow, that's like our product launches used to be. I mean, the all hours. I'm surprised Apple's is still dealing with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Britters also says that the White Claw generation will be very into the caffeinated barbecue sauce. And Jessica says that sounds like the recipe for dumb 19-year-old guys to challenge themselves to eat a whole cup of it, for example. And more than a cup, just chug the bottle. Let's see.
Right. I mean, we thought it was a dumb idea, but like, I think it's actually a really good marketing idea now that I hear people talking about this, because you can imagine those people just doing that and thinking this is so fun that they have 5-hour energy in their barbecue sauce. All right. Anyway, it's available on their website, I think, if you want to go get some. Anyone. Okay, good. Let's get to the Olympians then. And then
I got to get ready for Amazon.
Right. You got to get ready for the ball. All right, here we go. Plant-based Olympians. This is from greenqueen.com.hk. Green and gold, 7 vegan athletes competing at the plant-powered 2024 Olympics. I put 5 vegan athletes in the title, so you're getting bonus here. Yeah. All right, we already know that the Olympic Games, they're going to have 60% of their food be plant-based, so clearly they're going for this sustainability angle. And 1/3. Oh, I didn't hear this stat before. 60% of the meals will be meatless, and 1/3 will be vegan. So that's good. A little more clarity than we had before.
Yep.
All right, but they've got these 7 vegan Olympians, some of whom I've heard of, some of whom I haven't. Some of them I didn't know were vegan. So let's just jump into it. First one from the U.S., Diana Taurasi, who was the college basketball star and then went on to be the greatest WNBA player of all time. I don't think I ever knew she was vegan. She went vegan in 2016, and she credited her diet for her success. Yeah, I don't know how that never made it onto my radar.
Yeah, it's cool. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so she's 42 now. That's hard to believe because I remember when she was, I guess she was in college the same time I was. But anyway, she says she can do things now that she couldn't do at age 28. She says she lets food be the medicine. There's so many supplements. Every person has to make their own choice and how they go about it. So anyway, she's doing great with that. Wow, 42 is pretty old to be playing Olympic basketball.
Yeah.
Is she still playing in the WNBA? She must be, right? If she's, I mean, she must be
Yeah, if she was
playing
chosen
pro,
for the team, I would imagine she's still playing.
unless she's over in Russia or something like
Oh, that's
Brittany
true.
Griner. Is that her name?
Yeah, but Brittany Griner, that was just like a summer league or something she was over there for.
Right. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's good. That'd be good. I will root for her now, and have a good reason to watch U.S. women's basketball. All right, other one. Superstar. Maybe even I think a bigger star. Is Alex Morgan a bigger star than Diana Taurasi, Doug?
Yes, I would say for
She's
sure.
gotten much more posters and into the mind share of little girls and things. So yeah, Alex Morgan, number 2. We knew she was vegan. I think she was vegan during her pregnancy. This might have been maybe 2019, 20 that we last heard about this. Anyway, she does it for ethical reasons. She is a 2-time Olympic medalist and FIFA World Cup winner. She's been following since 2017. So some of those Olympic medals, or at least one of them, was not as a vegan. But when she won the World Cup in 2018, I think it was, she was. So there you go. She says, it benefited me all around. I was fearful it would affect soccer in a detrimental way, but it was the opposite. It made me feel better. That is a lot of people's experience when it comes to sports and plant-based diets. I'm just kind of surprised that someone at her level would be willing to take a risk like that, right? If she truly was fearful that it would be detrimental to her soccer, why would you do it? Like, why not just wait until you're done? So I applaud her for doing that, taking that chance. But it's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's fantastic.
She said she noticed a huge drop in her cholesterol and her fatigue levels, as well as an accelerated recovery time, which is what all the athletes will tell you is they recover faster when they eat plant-based.
Is this her last Olympics, you think?
I would have to imagine that it is. I don't really know, but have to imagine. Plus, the U.S. women's team, I think they're not the powerhouse they used to be, and I don't think if they lose another, they don't do well. I don't see why she would keep going.
Right.
And I think she's old enough now that she wouldn't anyway. Honestly. All right, third up, finally non-American, Constantine PR. He's a German. He does hurdles. I never heard of him. Looks like a svelte, slender man.
He looks fast.
What? He does look fast. Yeah, that looks like a very fast runner.
I like that kit with the lines. Kind of plays some tricks on your eyes.
It does horizontal lines and vertical lines. Anyway, he does the 400-meter hurdles. You ever put that into your cross training, Doug? Any hurdle work?
No, I can't.
I don't know if I can get over one hurdle right now. That seems really hard to do. He changed for fitness reasons following muscle tears, strains, and back issues. Spoken about the importance of whole foods like beans, which have iron, protein, and micronutrient levels to chicken. I mean, this is like, I hope stories like this get more publicized. I don't know why some, pro soccer, pro basketball, men or women, there's more. It's a skill. This kind of event is pure fitness, right? I mean, obviously there's a lot of skill involved in being a world-class hurdler, but this is, you're essentially sprinting 400 meters and jumping over things.
Big cardiovascular fitness.
Yeah, right. This is when people say, well, a plant-based diet can't let you, perform at the highest level of athletics. Not to take anything away from basketball or soccer, because those are, but those, like I said, there's a lot of mind stuff there. This is a very pure physical thing. So anyway, he says he does plan to eat meat again after Paris 2024 in order to simplify his meals. He says, I want to see how I feel if I switch it up. But he does say that plaque has disappeared in his bloodstream. Blood circulation is better, etc. So that's cool. Germany, very, very open and progressive with plant-based diets. So not really that surprising that a German athlete would be vegan, which is funny because 10 years ago, I mean, when the No Meat Athlete book, the first one, was going to be published in Germany, I thought that's so strange that is our foreign publishing deal, our first one, because Germany eats things, sausage and meats and things. But now it just fits right in. All right. Moving on. Marina Fioravanti. She's from Brazil. She's a rugby player. She's already played in 2020, which they did in 2021, those Olympics, in Brazil's sevens rugby team. She's 30-year-old, hasn't won a medal yet, but she'll be fueled by a plant-based diet. She likes protein smoothies, rice and beans, lentil bolognese, and oatmeal with chia seeds during her busy days. Another sport requiring a ton of strength, I think, rugby.
We had a vegan rugby female player on the No Meat Athlete Radio. What was her name?
I remember that. Was she from the United States or Australia or something?
No, I'm pretty sure she was USA. Oh man, what was her name? Well, I don't know if I'm going to find it very quickly, but I don't know. Maybe I wonder if that's like kind of common, similar to basketball.
Right. Where rugby players do it. Well, I don't know. That would be, because that'd be a good thing, because like I said, you think a lot of toughness involved in rugby playing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, couldn't find it.
Okay, no problem. Moving on. Morgan Mitchell, who was featured in The Game Changers, she's been vegan for a decade now. She is an Australian track and field runner. She used to run the 400. Now she runs the 800. They call it the 800-meter sprint. Is that still considered a sprint? I guess it is.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm not sprinting if I'm doing 800.
No. I think that's like one of the hardest distances around.
Because it's just short enough that you can literally sprint the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Back when I ran track and field, which was middle school and freshman year of high school, and then also when I was like marathon days, early endurance running, and I would do track workouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yasso 800s.
Yasso 800. I mean, 800s just were the hardest thing that I could do. I mean, they just were so painful, and you'd want to vomit all the time.
Yeah, I always like them. To me, I would rather have run, like, if I saw on the track workout day that it was like 8 or 10 or even 12 800s, I like that better than having to do a couple mile, like 2 mile repeats or something like that.
Not me.
No.
Thank you. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Not me.
All right. Anyway, she has cited faster recovery, like many others, easier weight management, better overall health. So a lot of good things here. And yeah, she says more. She used to get tonsillitis twice a year. Turning to vegan diet helped with that. Hasn't had tonsillitis since. So add that to the list of things the vegan diet is guaranteed to cure.
There you go. Guaranteed. Not a doctor.
All right. Next up, back to an American, Kaylin Whitney. She's also track and field. She won gold in the 4x400 relay in Tokyo. 2016, she missed the 100 and 200 qualification. But we got no update on what she's actually doing this year. They don't tell us that. You'll have to find out, I guess. Tune in to find out what Kaylin Whitney is doing in the actual Paris Olympics. But she said it was the best thing she ever did, this going vegan. Can't begin to explain all the benefits she saw. So there you go. Yeah, I wish we knew what she was doing. We'll have to look that up. All right. This one's a little bit out there. Fencing. And the woman who does it is Vivian Kongman Wai. She's from Hong Kong SAR. What does SAR stand for? Hong Kong is its own country now?
Now. It's always been its own territory,
Well,
I think.
It's in China, yeah. But I mean, they can have their own Olympic team, not be part of China?
Yeah, I mean, they
Did
have
China
their own
get banned or
government.
something, and now they have to have a Hong Kong team that's
What?
free of that?
What did you say?
Did China somehow get banned? Like, you know how Russia got banned, and then there was like this
No,
independent
no,
athlete
that didn't
team,
get
whatever
banned.
it was called.
Hong Kong is its own place. Like, it's self-ruled, or used to be until. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the Olympic wise what the connection is between China and Hong Kong. I mean,
Well, give me an analog for U.S. What's one of our territories that is its own country?
we don't have
Guam?
that. I mean,
DR?
Puerto Rico would be it's a territory, of course, or yeah, like Guam, maybe. Yeah, maybe something more like that. Puerto Rico obviously isn't its own country.
It is its own country.
Is not its own country.
Puerto Rico is not a country?
No, it's a U.S. territory.
Yeah, it is U.S. It's not a country. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew it was a U.S. and U.S. owned it, but I just figured somehow it was still a country.
No, it's like DC.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Taxation without representation.
There you go.
Well, there you go. That's why you're running for local government, and I'm not. I don't know anything about the countries.
Although I really don't know much about Hong Kong, and that I know that they when China, I don't quite understand the relationship, but I know that when China had agreed that like Hong Kong could self-rule and there'd be no like crossover between the government or something like that, and then a couple of years ago they started backpedaling on that when there was all the protests and things like that. So I'm surprised they have their own. I guess I'm surprised they have their own Olympic team. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. If I don't know if there's any other territories that show up in the Olympics, and we'll get to the bottom of this. If we had, as much as I don't know this stuff, if we had to identify flags, I would destroy you, and I'd destroy anyone in this audience. I promise you that. Unless you played FIFA as much as I did, but I learned all the flags.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It is. All right. Speaking of which, you watched the soccer this weekend, Doug? Watched Spain win the Euros and Argentina?
I watched Colombia get to the final, but I did not watch the final.
Oh.
Did you?
It was I watched it. We went to a big house. A lot of Colombians here on the team, on Holden's team. So it was a very pro-Colombian group, and they were not happy when Colombia lost. But it was a good time. It was fun.
Nice.
Okay. Last up here is the bonus. One of the bonuses. I guess one was a bonus. No, I said 5. They gave us 7, but they sort of gave us 6. In their article, they're calling this last one a bonus, but it's not really because they already told us there was 7. So
that's because they're not actually in the Olympics.
No, I'm wrong. They gave us 7, and then they gave us a bonus now.
Oh, okay. Is Novak?
We didn't say anything. Hold on, we didn't say anything about Vivian Kong Man-Wai. We just talked about Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's a great fencer. Yeah, she likes the plant-based foods as part of her story. She can tell her story now involving plant-based foods, and there you go. I don't think she mentions anything about recovery or anything else, but anyway, someone to root for though. If you find yourself watching fencing. Finally, last up, Novak Djokovic is the bonus, and why is he the bonus? He's not in the Olympics.
That's what I was guessing, but maybe not. I mean, why would he be in this article if he wasn't in the Olympics?
Because people don't like him, so they just don't want to. They want to.
Pairs convince more Olympians to eat more plants. No, yeah, that's the wrap up. I don't know. I mean, tennis is an Olympic sport, so.
Oh well, you know what? He doesn't call himself vegan. He's distanced himself from that label, so that could be one reason. We knew that already. Yeah, I don't see anything else about him not doing it. So I don't know. He didn't win the. He didn't win this most recent thing, right? Spanish guy won.
Mm-hmm. All right. Here we go. Some clarification on Hong Kong. Thank you, Jessica and Wikipedia. It was handed over from the United Kingdom to China in 1997. Hong Kong maintains separate governing and economic systems from that of mainland China under the principle of one country, two systems. Yeah, so it is one country, I guess.
Yeah, who knows? Puerto Rico, by the way, will have an Olympic team. So territories apparently will have Olympic teams. But then, do we get their medals if they win it?
Puerto Rico has its own Olympic team. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Huh.
So those medals should be included in the U.S. total then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Some stuff here about Djokovic. Garuda says he eats eggs, chicken, and fish. Kate says Novak does not say he's vegan. He does say gluten-free. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with him though. I think he for a long time has not wanted to be vegan, even when perhaps he actually was vegan. But yeah, I think he, I don't think he has any level of strictness, so I'm sure he,
Yeah.
Maybe even he plans not to be totally vegan and eats other stuff strategically. I have no idea. But for some reason, we always count him as vegan. Everyone's always
everybody
in the vegan list. And then another good one. Bridger says that she thought Alex was not traveling to Paris with the U.S. women's national team. So I don't know about that. I'm not convinced Green Queen really knows what's going on here with the people they've listed and things, because they just, I don't know. They mentioned Olympians, the modern recent Olympians. They didn't say whether or not all of them are performing in the Olympics. So who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I'll be curious to see what happens with the U.S. women's national team, because they were not good at all in the things the World Cup. And I wonder if they can right that ship.
What's your take on the men's national team getting a new coach?
I think everyone knew that he was going to be fired. Greg Berhalter, is that right?
Yeah.
But I didn't see that they hired a new coach. Who is it?
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, just that they were firing Greg.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't follow the country soccer enough to know what's good and what's bad. I really, for some reason, I don't know. Just not what I've gotten into. Okay, there we go. T-minus 10 minutes till Prime Day presentation begins. What is it, you, Doug, doing a pitch, a timeshare style pitch to people?
Yeah, timeshare style pitch. I'm gonna make my my infamous morning shake.
Okay.
and talk about creatine. And
just
and
you
talk about
solo, or do you have like someone to bounce things off of?
No, it's just me solo. Yeah, you should chime in. Go to Amazon and compliments page on Amazon. I'll be there live in 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes, because I gotta get
over there.
You can.
All right, good. So everyone else should do that as well.
Comments.
Can we put a link for people to just jump over? Is that easy, or is it not obvious?
Yeah. 1 second.
I'll upload the compliment link. Anyway, as we're ready to sign off here, I never heard again from Jeff Hudnall, who says he's joining us from Orlando. We could meet up in my last day. Come to Disney Springs with us. It'd be a good time. All right, Doug has posted the link.
I just posted the link, and I mean, full transparency here. There is a competition going on between me and a couple other people are going live throughout the course of Prime Day. And so, if you're gonna buy Compliment this week on Amazon, definitely do it during my live presentation, so that or if you're listening to this later, go back to the live presentation and then click the button and buy it, so that I can win, because it's kind of cutthroat. So.
All right, good. How long does this Prime Day deal run for? Is this 2 days again?
Today and tomorrow, yeah. Which is Tuesday, the 16th and the 17th.
Okay. So if you happen to be listening to this on the podcast, even if it's still Wednesday, you're still good to go over there and get it. But if you do, go to the Compliment webpage or Compliment page on Compliment, Compliment page on Amazon, and then click on Doug's video and then click buy.
And then click buy. That's right. Yep. Perfect. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you not tomorrow. We'll see you Thursday.
No show on Wednesday, but we'll be back Thursday, 11 a.m. normal time. See you then.
All right, do your best Olympic celebration with your hands in there, because they could cut off. All right, there you go.
Got it.